Family. This word means something different to every single person in this room. I'm reminded of the old saying, the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. This means that bonds formed by choice are often stronger than those we are born into. For some people, family is who you're related to by blood or marriage. For others, however, family is the brothers and sisters, the mothers and fathers that we choose for ourselves, or whom fate led us to in our time of need. No matter what, though, family is family. Each of our speakers tonight has taken a personal idea of family and morphed those ideas into 3 individual speeches centered around the concept of bringing family together. Therefore, I have the great privilege to introduce our first speaker this evening, John Akichi. He has decided to take a more festive approach to bringing family together in his tribute to the Christmas movie, Jingle All the Way. For what brings together family as well as a Christmas movie. Let's find out. Please join me in welcoming John Akichi.
All right. So, in the nature of our theme, bringing family together, I thought we all have had a time when we just all came together as a family and enjoyed a Christmas movie. And I'm, of course, referring to just, those good times. And I would like to talk about this one movie in particular, and that is Jingle All the Way, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. Admittedly, I am from a country that doesn't have Christmas. We don't really celebrate it. And there really isn't much in the way that we do in that sense. But my mom is Christian, and I have had that experience every year, even in Turkey where I'm from. So, we did have a copy of Jingle All the Way, and it was in an old VHS tape that copied over from TV, and it was also in Spanish. So, Jingle All the Way, in a way, if you do not know, is a comedy movie, right? About a father struggling to get a toy for his son during Christmas Eve, pretty much. It's kind of a last-minute thing. And the movie came out in 1996 to a lot of criticism. It's actually regarded as a bad movie, but it's one of my personal favorites for one reason, and that is I have just so many memories tied to it. It's really quite unreal. So, this is a memory of cheers, laughter, and just a family together as the winter just snow falls over the hills of Ankara, where I'm from. Now, the movie begins, and we are introduced to our characters. Arnold is a workaholic father and a tired mother with a disappointed kid. And the kid really is just very unbearable at times. He really wants that turboman toy, right? And I feel like I was kind of that kid sometimes, just the nasty little kid wanting a good gift in Christmas. But he really just asks for this one toy from this busy Arnold, and that's when all the antics begin, right? So while this movie plays, me and my family would begin our Christmas dinner. My mom has, the little baby Christ in the corner. We set up a tree. We even had invited some other families, other Christian families, to just join us in this Christmas dinner. And I had personally picked this movie out of a shelf of just many. It wasn't even a conscious thought to it. I did it, just picked it up, placed it in, and all this is happening. And we're just sitting down, just a family of 5, plus some more to enjoy it. So the movie picks up. The father is really just running around trying to find a Superman toy, right? He goes from trying to strangle a little kid for a Powerball, the little lottery thing, to dealing with a Santa smuggling ring of just bad toys that made and just counterfeiting basically. And it really is just all the stages of grief he goes through, you know, just this feeling of not being enough, right? Just not getting what he wants for the person he cares about is, I'm sure, something we can all relate to, especially when it comes to family. So it really is quite remarkable the lengths he goes to get his hands on this toy. And while all this is happening is when my father actually comes in with just a bag of toys that we're gonna put underneath the tree. And it's really quite ironic that while the movie is, you know, going through all those stuff, you know, it's sheer capitalism, that we also are indulging in that, right? But the final act comes through, and the father, he cannot get his hands on a toy, right? He doesn't do it through legitimate means, and he finally just like goes in and literally becomes the hero, right? So when he does finally beat the bad guy and get his hands on that one thing, he gives it to the kid, and the kid just gives it away. Because the kid realizes, well, he has this hero right next to him, right? And that's just such a thing about family that I find really just comes forth in that little final act of the movie, ignoring all the bad stuff that he did along the way. But in this memory of mine, we kind of had a similar thing going on. I mean, I always struggled trying to just get a gift for people in my family, and mostly because I didn't have money for it. You know, it'd be weird to pay for something that's a gift with money that's not mine, mainly my father's, right? So up until that point, even before watching the movie, I always said, you know, it wouldn't be worth it unless I bought it, and then it occurred to me, well, I don't need to. You know, so it's the thought that counts. But not just that, this movie was the one time my family was together and we enjoyed Christmas dinner, and that was before I left for the Americas, right? That was almost 10 years ago. And we haven't been really together like that ever since. So last summer was the day we finally did come all together, all 5 of us. And what we did, we dusted off an old VHS, like cassette reader, you know, one of those old machines, the big ones and the small ones. And we tracked down this movie, and again we sat down to watch the movie like we did back then. And that's just something that happened thanks to this reportedly bad movie that I just never thought would happen. And, you know, that's not what you would expect. So I still feel as though it resonates with me, and it really has always been about family.
Well, that was a wonderful start. Great job, John. You really provided some depth to what family really means, being together all the time. Now, our next speaker, through a wedding toast actually, exhibits family through a sisterly bond between cousins. They grew up together, they learned together. And now our speaker has the privilege of being maid of honor. Please help me welcome Dakota Easterwood.
I'd like to start off by thanking everyone for being here tonight to help us celebrate these two amazing people in marriage, and to have both sides of the family here putting aside their differences to honor the newlyweds. I know it truly means a lot to everyone here today. As you guys probably know, I'm Dakota. The bride Danielle and I are cousins, but we've grown up as sisters for as long as I can remember. She stood by me through thick and thin, even through my horrible preteens, and honestly, still to this day, I'm not quite sure how she did that. When I first met her boyfriend at the time, Nathan, I honestly really liked him a lot, and I can't say the same for any of her prior boyfriends. I always said that I never liked them, they took too much of her time, and they didn't include me in anything. But Nathan wasn't like that, and I was a little more grown by then. He welcomed me with open arms, and we all grew like a really close bond. I'm so incredibly thankful to have these two wonderful people in my life, and I'm so glad that they found eternal happiness with one another. I know there's been a lot of family conflict with their marriage, and they're not, so sorry, but they're both going to be such wonderful parents, and I can't wait to watch your family grow and blossom with love. I don't want to keep you guys long because I know you want to eat, but we all wish you love and happiness. Wish you also love and happiness in the world, and God knows that you both too deserve it. Please raise your glasses and give a toast to the newlyweds.
That was great. And when that day comes, I think we all hope that it goes well. Seems like they love each other a lot, that you love your cousin a lot. Now our next speaker. She takes a dive into memories through her wedding toast to her little sister. She's been given the honor of being maid of honor as well, which is really a culmination of the love held between two sisters. Please welcome Destiny Mugic.
Good evening, everybody. I would like to thank you all for coming out to support the marriage of my little sister. Like a lot of you know, this means so much to me because my little sister has always been my rock. From sharing a bedroom for 3 years, living in a 2-bedroom apartment with our mom, all the way to watching her graduate high school. Thankfully, I've been chosen to say a few words, so enjoy. When my sister and I were younger, we did move around a lot. My mom moving to the United States, being new at this whole thing, didn't really get the money up as soon as she moved here, so we did move around a lot. We lived in some small apartments, but I think my sister and I's relationship really started when we moved to South Carolina. We were sharing a little tiny bedroom, and she had just met my sister's dad. When we lived here, it was kind of weird at first because I was like, I don't like this girl, but I'm going to let it slide because I have to. We shared bunk beds. I was on the bottom, she was on top. She figured since she was younger, she should be on the top. I remember her falling off the bed one night in the middle of the night, cried for 4 hours straight. I was so mad. I told my mom, I said, Mom, this ain't gonna work. I said, she gotta go. So she started sleeping with my mom. Then started getting along a little bit more. We used to make up dances to songs, play Just Dance 3, take videos. We like to act like we were like iCarly or something like that. And then, fast forward a couple of years, we're here. We had just moved to Barnhart, Arnold area. And then we were new to this school, me being in 8th grade, her being in 3rd. She was like, I don't like it here, Mom. I miss my friends. I'm like, girl, I feel you, but we can't do anything about it. So it was always me and her. We would always, right after school, I'd wait for her at the bus. I'd take her to the bus stop in the morning. Always me and her. Then we started watching shows together on Netflix. Vampire Diaries, a little bit of Pretty Little Liars. And then there was me leaving for college. I always figured my little siblings wouldn't miss me when I left for college. I figured they'd be like, okay, so now I get the basement room. Little did I know, my sister calls me all the time when I left for college. Call me crying because her friends got in arguments with her. Call me crying because she didn't have a date to the dance. And me being the great older sister I was at the time, told her, girl, you don't need a man. She ended up getting a man though. And look at them now. Beautiful, and I'm speaking at their wedding. Thank you guys again for coming out and supporting my sister and her husband this wonderful time. Hope you guys have a great night.
Great job. So, I thoroughly enjoyed each of the speeches presented here tonight, and I feel like we all learned just a little bit about what it truly means to bring family together. We also took a ride on a bit of an emotional roller coaster. There were highs and there were lows, wrapped in nostalgia and cloaked in feelings. The evening started off with a Christmas movie, moved to 2 wedding toasts, and now here we are. With each speech, we take just a little piece home with us to keep and change us from this point forward. Thank you all for listening so well, and thank you for coming tonight.